Hello everyone, welcome to our another podcast. So today in this session we are going to take another podcast with our students, and the topic of this particular podcast is really exciting. And you may feel the importance of this podcast is really so much relevant in today's world, and the topic of this podcast is job versus business. So many people they prefer to do job, so many people they prefer to business, but there is always a dispute, there is always a debate is going on the topic. So to actually discuss it further, I have a student and his name is Mustaq, and he would be discussing with us about the benefits and advantage and disadvantage of doing job and businesses. So let me welcome him in a way that he feels very excited today, as I can see. So Mustaq, how are you feeling today?
Good morning, sir. I am very excited and little bit nervous.
Yeah.
For thank you for that to giving me that opportunity. I am happy to be here. Honestly, we are really excited.
Yes. So is this your second time that you are studying another podcast?
Yes.
So what was the first podcast you have served?
Actually, sir, my first podcast was on this topic. How can change social media our nowadays world?
How can change social media? It's not clear. What is the real subject of that?
Social media. On this topic.
Social media. We talked about social media a lot. So today we are here to talk about job versus business. Yeah, that's true. As a student, you will be one day you will be a businessman or maybe job. I do not know anything about that, but that's what I want to know. I'm so curious to know that. What do you prefer? Do you prefer job or business?
Sir, actually for me, I personally prefer that business, especially for me. If I take business, I can get freedom for me. I can take my own decision. I can take my own opportunities from job.
Okay. Let me ask you another question. You said I can get freedom. So, what do you mean by freedom? And how would you get freedom if you do business?
If I do business, I can take my own decision. I can make my own company. Yes, the main person.
But what do you think that why most of the people they do not like business? They always try to avoid business. But as you can see that there are so many educated people, there are so many students out there. But you can only find out there are only few students, there are only few graduates they are doing business. Most of the 99% of the students they are finding job. That means they prefer job. So why do you think that people prefer job and they do not prefer business?
Sir, that's actually true. I agree with that. That's the main point. In our generation, they don't want to do hard work. They like to stable life and simple life. They want to live that.
But you are saying that they do not like hard work, but they are preparing for exam. They are studying a lot. They are also doing a lot of hard work. So we cannot say they do not like hard work.
But sir, actually that too. If I do business, there's might be very chance I can face many times failure again and again.
Yeah.
If I do for government job and private job exam, then I can face 2-3 times problem or failure. That means I can get easily government job or private job. I think business is very hard for me.
Okay.
As a student, I think that.
Okay, so you're saying that doing business is very hard compared to
Yes,
because if you work hard for government exam, maybe one day you will get government job or private job. That's fixed. But even if you start business, there is no guarantee that you can get success or you can get profit. Still, you will be fail. You will fail in your life, in your business. So this is the risk that you are talking about.
Yeah.
There is a huge risk in starting and doing business.
Yeah.
And most of the people they do not like taking.
Yeah, I actually think that everyone cannot be a businessman.
Yes.
They try to learn that skill, like business skill, AI communication not AI communication skill, and how to manage money and time. They can learn that. They can apply their own business. For example, I have a small business store. I can take help from AI. Then I can make my own online store.
Yes.
Then my online store so on Google. They can contact me. How can they want to buy from my store? They give me order. That's very growthful and helpful for a small business.
So basically, the point that you want to make is that if I'm a small businessman, But if I learn about using technology, using AI and other thing like English communication skill, then I can grow my business very well. I have the opportunity
Yeah,
to grow.
that's very true.
Yeah, but when you are doing job, yeah, you do not have that opportunity. Your position will be fixed.
Yeah, sir, I think I always notice that if I do job, that's my then my growth is limited.
Yeah.
I work for someone with skill. I don't work for my if I do a research, that's very hard and it takes a lot of time, energy, patience, and take risks. That's very hard for everyone.
Yeah.
I notice that.
Okay, we all go to school, go to college, and we learn a lot of things. But the things that we do not learn about business. And so my question is that do you think that schools should also start teaching business to their students?
Sir, me as a student, I also noticed that everyone has that problem.
Yeah.
In our school, practical knowledge totally is. I also noticed that they don't teach us how to handle money, how to grow yourself, how to manage the team for time.
Yeah.
They only teach you useless things like formula, theories, and grammatical and things. That's why I think school should need to start that one thing. They teach communication, advanced finance, and strategy. That's it.
Okay. So actually, if we learn those things from schools, that will help us in future to start any business. And most of the students, why they don't want to start business, because they have no idea about business. When you are doing job, you are doing that job only for you. You are not adding any value to any other person life. But when you are doing business, you are doing it for yourself, and you can also actually provide job to others, and that will help them to grow in their life. So when a person is doing business, not only he is taking his responsibility, but he also takes responsibility of others, two or three or maybe five people. So that's why we should more think about doing businesses. Then it can make a better society.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think. Okay, that's a really great conversation on business and job, and this is a topic. This is a really important topic. Maximum cases that we as we discussed, that nobody wants to do business in this world, especially in our state, West Bengal.
Yeah.
Everyone is busy finding job. They love to take jobs. They are blaming each other for not having job. So I think this kind of discussion not only improves our English speaking skills, but it also opens our mind.
Yes.
Isn't it? As a student, it
Yeah.
opens our mind, and whoever is watching us, it could also open the door of the opportunity. He could understand, no, business could be another option. But the condition is you have to learn it first, then you can start doing it.
Yeah.
Because-
Sir, I think we need to spend a lot of time for studying.
Yes.
For getting knowledge. I need to study.
Yeah. So, we have studied many books. We have read many books for learning different subjects like history, geography, maths, and something like that. But how many books did we read to learn about business?
Yes.
Zero.
Yes, sir.
As a normal person, as a student, did you ever study any books to learn about business? No. That's why you fear business. That's why you're scared of doing business.
Yes, sir.
You have to learn it. Then you can.
Sir, actually, people college chase formal education. They don't just change education.
Yeah.
If they try to find their own business strategy in internet, they can choose. They can do anything, and they is a some that. That's very helpful for earlier stage when we started this.
Yeah, there are lots of videos available on internet that kind of business you want to start, so they provide each and every information about that business. So you have to take that information. What you are taking, you are just taking how many oceans are there and how the actually life works. This is not relevant to your life.
Yeah, sir, that's not relevant for my life.
Yes.
I always we learn about don't learn, that's not what my life. I am as a student, I think a class people is that's not using on your real life. You need to do that one thing. You need to learn real life skill like AI, communication, etc. That's the main point. We need to learn the skill.
Yeah. So whatever we are talking about, whether it is AI, whether it is communication skills, whether it is business, whatever topic we are discussing, that is not the part of our education system.
Yes.
And if anyone wants to learn that, what he needs to do, he needs to learn from outside,
Yes.
by himself, or maybe by joining some kind of academy where they talk about this kind of things, where they actually teach about these things.
Sir, actually, school don't teach us how to handle money, how to manage team.
Yeah.
We need to do that or by ourselves.
Yes.
We can research on that field, how to manage money, how to manage time. We don't waste our time for formal education. We need to focus on our self-education. Then I can be a successful in my life.
Okay. So that's all good. As we already discussed about the formal education versus self-education, that depends on the person. That if a
Yeah.
person wants to become doctor, lawyer, whatever the engineer, he needs to follow this formal education. But if a person wants to do business, he doesn't need to follow all of these things. Okay. So before we wrap up, so let me tell you, this is the other podcast that we have so dear, and let me tell you that whoever wants to develop your communication skills, you have to start speaking on different topics. It doesn't matter that whether you are care about that topic and whether you don't care about that topic, but the first thing, you have to have some topic to talk about, like we discuss in our podcast, that every single podcast we bring new topic, whether it is technology, AI, Facebook, social media, investment, whatever the topic can be, anything. So choose your best topic, choose your preferred topic, and start speaking. So you see you in the next podcast. Till then, be happy and keep learning.